Hello everyone, as usual it's me Pavlo and today we'll be talking about not personal audio. For about half a year I'm actively building my stationary setup with speakers, amplifiers and stuff like that. And today, I want to tell you about the devices that work as a cornerstone, as a foundation of my home setup. And I'm usually trying to avoid such words, but in my opinion, it's the device that could cost much more than its price. And it's WiiM Ultra. It's a $330 streamer, but it's so packed with different features, connections, and functionalities that I think creators could ask like two times more for it, and it still would be worth that money. But luckily, it costs $330, and I'm super excited with it. And let's have a closer look. Box is really nice and well built, and actually it's heavily inspired by Apple. It's a tight fitting lid, white cardboard, some basic captions on it, promising good look and great sound, which is true home theater magic, all like a magic, and effortless multi-room audio, so everything is true here. All that promises are delivered. So inside you'll get device itself. It was wrapped in this film. Of course, I did the unwrapping. And here is the device itself. Mine is space gray. Also, you'll get power cable, voice remote, will show it to you, and phono ground adapters if you need to ground your turntable. Also HDMI, RCI and optical cables. And the manual. So as you can see, actually accessory set is pretty good. Here is stock remote control. It's a bit lightweight and plasticky, but it's a Bluetooth remote control, so it's a really good accessory to have as a stock one with this device. It has built-in microphone and microphone buttons, so there are basic voice control functions here: on, off, volume, tracks navigation, play, pause, input selector, mute, and 4 preset buttons that you can set up via the interface, via the companion app. If you want more premium feel and look and functions, recently WiiM announced metal remote control. It costs about $40 and it really looks great. Device itself is pretty compact. It's 20 by 20 centimeters. It's made of aluminum, but it's not the thickest aluminum. It's not super heavy, but at the same time it's not totally lightweight, it's somewhere in between. You won't get this feel of really solid and sturdy device. It sounds a bit plasticky, and bottom is all absolutely made of plastic. But in general, I'd say that build quality for this price is pretty good, and design, in my opinion, is great. It's a bit subjective, but at the same time, I really like this look. I really like this slightly bended front panel. Also, there is a 3.5-inch sensor screen that you can use to display clock or display album covers, VU meters, and many other things, and to control it. And it looks almost seamless, so under the bright light probably you can see the edges of the screen, but without the bright light it looks like somewhere behind this panel. Here is headphones output. It's like okay, but no cigar. Like you can use it with some regular headphones, but don't expect some stellar performance here. And here is the volume control, and central part is also works as a play pause button. It has a LED triangle underneath, so we'll show it all to you. It looks pretty decent. But of course, the most interesting part is the rare one. So here is a reset hole, but actually I never used it. So what we've got here, line in and line out, analog line in and line out. It has analog to digital converter inside, so you can use it, and digital to analog, so it's pretty versatile in terms of inputs and outputs. And then goes phono input. I use it as phono preamplifier now. It's a kind of bonus feature here, but it's working. Then subwoofer output, you can use it to connect powered subwoofer, which is pretty great in especially in the TV set setups, and the coaxial output. Then there is a separate grounding that will be really useful for those who use turntables. Many turntables really benefit of being grounded. And the 12 volts trigger output that you can use to turn on, for example, power amplifier. Then optical input and output, and then HDMI audio return channel, which is great if you want to connect it to your televisor and TV set and enjoy it for watching movies, for example. It's then network input. Of course, it has built-in Wi-Fi and USB input. You can use it mainly for some USB storage. It can play files from the USB storage. And the power input. Unfortunately, no grounding here, but it's not super analog, some kind of analog device that requires strong grounding. It's mainly digital device, and it does a good job in terms of power filtering inside. And as you can see, based on the set of inputs and outputs, its main function to work as an hub and commutator of the different signals. And you can, for example, connect it to your TV set and connect subwoofer, connect it to your, I don't know, power amplifier or something like that. I actually use coaxial output to connect it to my No Prime IDA6, which works as DAC and speaker amplifier, and it works really great in this setup. And of course it also works as a streamer, but more about that in the next part of the video, where we will talk about its application and software. Here is main screen and main interface, but from my experience, in 95% of cases you won't be using it because WiiM have great companion app and you will be using it mainly. But as this screen is the main difference between WiiM Ultra and other WiiM device, let's see what we have here. As you can see, after some delay, it works as a digital clock with different wallpapers. You can adjust them and customize a little bit. And what I really like here, screen has automatic brightness adjustment, so even in the dark room it won't be too bright and it works great as a digital clock. But if you don't like this idea, for example, you used to sleep in complete darkness, you can adjust, and after some time it will go to the sleep mode and screen will be turned off. And here is this triangle backlight here that I say to you will be activate when it's working, meaning that it's a play pause button. So what we have here, so 8 icons, but you also can swipe them. VU meter, okay, let's go from the first icon and you get to player. When something is playing, you'll see the album cover and information about the track. If you swipe left, you'll get to the VU meter, you can adjust it, and another swipe left brings you back to the home screen. But also you can go to the home screen via this button. And actually swiping, there are presets that you can adjust in the app. Recently played, nothing is here. You can enable equalizer, and it has room correction and different settings. You can adjust a lot of different presets, and in terms of equalization it's pretty versatile device. Then Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, so you can switch to the Bluetooth, I'm in terms of input, but unfortunately no advanced codec supported here. TV, phono in, line in, and optical input you can select. And you can select output, line out, optical out, USB, coaxial, Bluetooth out, and headphones output. But also, unfortunately, just the basic codecs. Then screen display, adaptive brightness, and screen brightness. You can adjust it here. If you don't want, you can turn it off. And a bit of extra information about the device. So functionality is basic, but some things you can change from the screen. But of course, all the power of this device lies in companion app. Here is a companion app. It works on almost all platforms. It works on iPad, iPhone, Android device, and as I've seen correctly on the forum, they even added support for the Apple TV with nice display of the interface on the big TV set. Here is favorites tab, the first one. Here you can select one of 12 presets, and this presets allows you to select different configuration of device. Because all WiiMs work together, allowing you to create multi-room environment, you can select name, device, volume, and audio input output, subwoofer, equalizer, and duration. So you can activate different scenarios here. Recently played, playlists, artists, and actually what is currently playing, if something is playing now. Then browse. You can select different inputs and control it from here. You can select, for example, here is Bluetooth, and you can select Bluetooth input, equalization if you need it, and so on. And Wi-Fi, TV, line in, and for all that things you can customize what you want. Like if this input has additional settings, you can select it and adjust here. Line input, for example, here is in the line input you can select equalizer applied to this input, automatic sensing of line in, resolution that will be used for the converting from analog to digital, and pre-gain, and so on. So as you can see, really versatile. My library, and it browses your tracks, local music, and you can share home music. Then you can select from a bunch of different streaming music services. Just will show them to you. It supports Plex server, which is great. Qobuz that I'm using, it's run ready, and actually a lot of different inputs. I also use TuneIn, and also it can be used with Amazon Alexa and Chromecast. Then device, if you have more than one WiiM device, I actually have a few WiiM minis that I reviewed long time ago, but if you'd like, hit like, and I will do a re-review of the WiiM mini. You can add device if you want, and the onboarding is really seamless and pretty smooth. And of course, here is the device settings where you can do a lot of things. Rename, device info, and checking for update. Actually, they updating firmware really often. Usually at least 2 times a month you getting new firmware with some new features, and I won't cover them all in this review because it will take a really long time. Alarm clock, different presets for this device, network status, standby mode, pair remote, and here is the screen settings. I told you that you can select wallpapers, turn it off, you can customize playback screen, few different styles. You can customize this VU meter, so a lot of things here. Then equalizer, and it's an interesting thing. For each input you can select different equalizer. You can turn it on and off, And here, this parametric equalizer settings, it's actually automatic settings because it has built-in basic room correction feature. It works only with iPhone. Sorry, I wanted to say something wrong. You just sit where you listen to music. It plays few sweep tones using iPhone microphone to get these sweep tones and adjust equalizer. So here is a curve for my room, and here is parametric equalizer, how it works. Actually, I use it with phono preamplifier, but I just increase amount of bass a little bit. You can enable and disable equalizer for each input-output separately. Here is this room correction feature that works on iPhone. Audio settings, you can adjust here resolution of signal, fade in, fade out, and stuff like that. Then audio output settings, you can select what you like. Then audio inputs, also with some advanced settings here. Subwoofer, you can enable subwoofer output and if necessary, select level and crossover frequencies, so some settings here. Sync audio between different devices and additional settings. Status light you can disable if you don't want it, prompt sound and reboot. So lot of settings here, and when you have something connected, you can search streaming services in this case or local media library. And here is app version, firmware version, user manual, shop, and stuff like that. So I showed you like maybe 30% of the app and its features, but probably I managed to give you an idea of how versatile and feature-rich this device is. When it comes to the sound, it's actually pretty good, but of course it will depend on setup where you will connect it. If you will activate equalizer, it will change the sound to your liking and will do it really well. Actually, for me, this room correction feature is really great because my room is not that big and LUX speakers are pretty powerful, so it helps to reduce a bit of reflections and echoes. And actually, I made this automatically measurement equalizer profile a bit less extreme, reducing peaks and dips that it created, and it actually helps in many cases, especially when I watch some movies. And analog output is natural and pretty clean thanks to ESS 9038 chip used here. Phono stage is kind of okay, but of course it's not for some high-end turntables. More about that probably when I will come to review of my Rega turntable. And as for digital outputs, actually it depends on deck you will connect to it. It delivers digital signal in a clean and unaltered form, so it's all great. And probably let's summarize everything here. WiiM Ultra is a great device created by passionate people, because it's not about, squeezing every single penny out of you. They started with WiiM Mini and expanded this lineup to a lot of devices. Recently, they even released power amplifier to go with WiiM Ultra together. And they continue support of even WiiM Mini that was released first. And despite its affordable price, they adding new features and adding stuff to it. And WiiM Ultra is not an exception. It's their flagship device so far, but also they supported delivering great, nice, useful features. So I can't praise it high enough because it's a really versatile device with a great price that works as a media switch, media commutator, and also streamer and room processor and equalizer and phono preamp stage. It doesn't do some of these jobs perfectly, but actually total value is like sky high for this device. Thank you for listening, thank you for your attention, and have a great day.